So, what does it take? I am often asked if it doesn't take money to make money, and schools do not teach how to become financial free. Then, what does it take? My answer: it takes a dream, a lot of determination, a willing to learn, a willingness to learn quickly, and the ability to use your God-given assets properly and to know which sector of the cash flow quadrant to generate your income from. What is the cash flow quadrant? The diagram below is the cash flow quadrant. The letter in the each quadrant represent E for employee, S for self-employed, B for business owner, I for investor. Which quadrant do you generate your income from? The cash flow quadrant represents the different methods by which income or money is generated. For example, an employee earns money by holding a job and working for someone else or a company. Self-employed people earn money working from themselves. A business owner owns the money that generates money, and investors earn money from their various investment. In other words, money generate more money. Different methods of income generation require different frames of mind, different technical skills, different educational paths, and different types of pupil. Different pupils are attracted to different quadrant. While money is all the same, the way it is earned can be vastly different. If you begin to look at the four different labels for each quadrant, you might want to ask yourself, which quadrant do you generate the majority of your income from? Each quadrant is different. To generate income from different quadrant require different skills and a different personality, even if the person found in each quadrant is the same. Changing from quadrant to quadrant is like playing golf in the morning and then attending the ballots at night. You can earn income in all four quadrants. Most of us have the potential to generate income from all four quadrants. Which quadrant you and I choose to earn our primary income from is not so much what we learned in school. It is more about what we are at the core values, strength, weaknesses, and interests. It is these core differences that attract us to and or repel us from the four quadrants. Yes, regardless of what we do professionally, we can still work in all four quadrants. For example, a medical doctor could choose to earn income as an employee and join the staff of a large hospital or work for a government in the insurance company needing to doctor or on its staff. This same doctor could also decide to earn income as an S self-employed person and start a private practice, setting up office, hiring staff, and building a private list of clients. Or the doctors could decide to become a business and own a clinic or laboratory or having other doctors on his staff. This doctor probably would hire a business manager to run the organization. In this case, the doctor would own the business but not have to work in it. The doctor also could decide to own a business that had nothing to do with the medical field while still practicing medicine somewhere else. In this case, the doctor would be earning income as both an employee and as a businessman. As an investor, the doctor also could generate income from being an investor in someone else's business or in vehicles like the stock market, bond market, and real estate. As an I investor, the doctor also could generate the income from being an investor in someone else's business or in vehicles like Stock market, bond market, and real estate. The important words are generate income from. It is not so much what we do, but more how we generate income. Different methods of income generation. More than anything, it is the internal difference of our core values, strengths, weaknesses, and interests that affect which quadrant we decided to generate our income from. Some people love being employed while others hate it. Some people love owning companies but do not want to run them. Others love owning companies and also love running them. Certain people love investing while others only see the risks of losing money. Most of us are a little of each of these characters. Being successful in the four quadrant often means redirecting some internal core values. You can be rich or poor in all four quadrants. It is also important to note that you can be rich or poor in all four quadrants. There are people who earn millions and people who go bankrupt in each of the quadrants. Being in one quadrant or the other does not necessarily guarantee financial success. Not all quadrants are equal. By knowing the different features of each quadrant, you will have a better idea as to which quadrant or quadrants might be best for you. For example, one of the many reasons I choose to work predominantly in the business and investment quadrant is because of tax advantage. For most people working on the left side of the quadrant, there are few legal tax breaks available, yet legal tax breaks abound on the right side of the quadrant. By working to generate income in the business and investment quadrant, I could acquire money faster and keep that money working for me longer without losing large chunks to pay taxes. Different ways of earning money. When people ask why Kim and I were homeless, I tell them it was because of what my rich dad taught me about money. For me, money is important, yet I did not want to spend my life working for it. That is why I did not want a job. If we were going to be responsible citizens and Kim and I wanted to have our money work for us rather than spend our life physically working for money. That is why the cash flow quadrant is important. It's distinguished between the different ways in which money is generated. There are ways of being responsible and creating money other than physical working for it. Different fathers, different ideas about money. My highly educated dad had a strong belief that the love of money was evil. That to profit excessively meant you were greedy. He felt embarrassed when the newspaper published how much he made because he felt he was too highly paid when compared with the school teacher who worked for him. He was a good, honest, hard-working man who did his best to defend his point of view that money was not important to his life. My highly educated yet poor dad constantly said, I am I am not that interested in money. I'll never be rich. I can't afford it. Investing is risky. Money isn't everything. Money supports life. My rich dad had a different point of view. He thought it foolish to spend your life working for money and to pretend that money was not important. Rich dad believed that life was more important than money, but money was important for supporting life. He often said, you only have so many hours in a day and you can only work so hard. So why work hard for money? Learn to have money and people work hard for you. And you can be free to do the things that you are important. To my rich dad, that was important was number one, having a lot of time to raise his kids. Point number two, having a money to donate at charities and projects he supported. Point number three, bringing jobs and financial stability to the community. Point number four, having time and money to take care of his health. Point number five, being able to travel the world with his family. Those things take money, said Rich Dad. That is why money is important to me. Money is important, but I don't want to spend my life working for it. Choosing the quadrant. One reason my wife and I focus on the business and investment quadrant while we were homeless was because I had more training and education in those quadrants. It was because of my rich dad guidance that I knew the different financial and professional advantage of each quadrant. For me, the quadrant of the right side, the business and investment quadrant offer the best opportunity for financial success and financial freedom. Also, at 37 years old, I had experienced successes and failures in all four quadrants, which allowed me some degree of understanding about my own personal temperature, like dislike, strength, and weaknesses. I knew which quadrant I did best in. Parents are teachers. Parents are teachers. It was my rich dad who often referred to the cash flow quadrant when I was a young boy. He would he would he would explain to me the difference